Alright, next we go to we work with triangle centers, okay? So, I have two of them right here. Okay, the first one is the orthocenter. Remember, the orthocenter is the point of concurrency where it's the intersection of the altitude. Okay, and remember, the altitude is, you draw it as a line that is perpendicular to base and goes to the vertex. Alright, so I'm going to draw it right now. Okay, remember, perpendicular means 90 degrees. So, if you draw this line right here, okay, usually I would use a piece of paper to draw us 90 degrees, okay? Now, I'm going to draw the one that's perpendicular to here, and if I do that correctly, this is where it's 90 degrees, because this is a right triangle right here. And this is where it's 90 degrees. So this is where my orthocenter is. Okay, it's only here on a 90 degree, on a right triangle. Okay, the centroid is created with the median. Okay, it's the intersection of the median. Alright, sorry about my pen. It's the intersection of the median. So, what is the median? The median is a line that goes from the vertex to the midpoint of the base. Okay. So what we need to do is cut every part in half. I believe this is half here. So I'm going to draw that median. It might be a little bit over here. Okay? And this is about half right here. But if I were you, I would use a ruler to do this. Okay, and the last one should be about right here. And then go through right there. So right there is the centroid. Okay. Now I'm going to go to next. We are going to do the incenter. The incenter is the perpendicular bisector. So it's the intersection of the perpendicular bisector. Okay, what the perpendicular bisector is, it cuts the vertex in half. So if I were you, I would use a protractor here. Okay, and this should be the same as this. Okay. So I'm going to draw, oops, not the greatest line. Okay, half of this is about right here. Okay, half of this is about right here. Okay, so this should be the same as this. This should be the same as that, and this should be the same as this. Okay, that's how you create the incenter. Now the last one is the circumcenter. It's the only one that you don't have to go through the vertex, okay? But I think in ours it will. Okay, so what it is, it's the perpendicular bisector. It's created from the intersection of the perpendicular bisector. Okay, and what the perpendicular bisector is, it is cuts. Let's not say cut. Let's say it's the midpoint. It's at the midpoint of the base. At the midpoint of the base. At the midpoint of the base and perpendicular to it. So it's perpendicular to the base. Okay. So let's just say this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. Okay, so this is 90 degrees here. Okay, this is the midpoint. This is 90 degrees here, okay? And the last part is this is the midpoint, and it's 90 degrees here. Okay, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. And remember, this is a special triangle, it's a right triangle, so it will meet at that point. Next, we're going to do some problems with it, okay? If you look at this right here, this is a median, okay? So, for a median, this segment is equal to this segment. So, EM is 10. So, NM, we're going to just have to double it, okay? Because this is 10, this is 10, so this is 20. That's our answer. Okay? ZQ, this is ZQ. We're looking for that one, okay? ZD is 6. So this whole thing is 6. Okay? So, we have a short side and we have a long side. DQ is going to be our short side. Okay? And it's always 1/3 of the whole thing, okay? So 1/3 of ZD. Okay? So that means 1/3 of 6. So I have, this is 2, the short side's always 1/3 of it, or you just have to divide by 3. So this is 2, this is 4. Okay, so QZ or ZQ is equal to 4. Going to the next problem. Okay, GE, this whole thing is 3x plus 5. Okay, IE, okay, remember this is just half of it, okay? So what I can do is double it. I can multiply this part times 2. Okay, so x plus 6 times 2. So now I have 2x plus 12 is equal to 3x plus 5. So for x, minus 3x, minus 12, minus 12. I need to put minus 3x, so that can cancel, that can cancel. So I have negative x is equal to negative 7. So x is equal to 7. Okay. Now this is x cubed. And this is m cubed. M cubed is 3x minus 3. Okay. X cubed is 2x minus 6. Remember, this is the short side. So to make it equal to that, we multiply this by 3. So I have 3 times 2 is 6x minus 18 is equal to 3x minus 3. I subtract 3x, I add 18. Subtract 3x, add 18. Okay, so then this cancels, this cancels. And you have 2x is equal to, did I do something wrong? M cubed is 3x minus 3. And x cubed is 2x minus 6. Oh, yeah, that should be 6x minus 18. So that should be correct. Oh, here's my mistake. This should be 3. 6 minus 3x is equal to 15. X is equal to 5. See, teachers can make mistakes too. I don't think that's it. Oops. Okay, we're back. Okay, this right here, okay, is our mid segments, okay? Mid segments are half of the base that they're parallel to. So, M and O are the midpoints aside. What is the measure of XY, XY, and M and MN? Okay, XY should be 2 times 4. Because it's double that, okay? So 2 times 4, xy is 8. Alright, this is 5, this is 5. Okay, mn should be, so that's 10 total, is half of it. So half of 10 is equal to 5. That is mn. Now, you might get an equation. The only thing you have to do is, remember, this is half of it, so you multiply this by 2. So, 6x minus 2 is equal to 34. You add 2 to both sides. So, 6x is equal to 36. So, x is equal to 6. Okay, and we are looking for AB. So, I substitute this back in. Okay, 3 times 6 minus 1. So it's going to equal to 17. Okay. X and Z. You use 2 different problems here. Okay. Again, I multiplied the mid-segment by 2. So that'll be 4x plus 2 is equal to 8x minus 2. Negative 8x minus 2. Negative 8x minus 2. These 2 should cancel. Negative 4x is equal to negative 4. Divide by negative 4. And x should equal to 1. Okay, z, since this is the same as this, we just set them equal to each other. Okay, so plus z, oops, this is an equal sign, so this is actually minus z, okay, so this becomes 2z is equal to 22, so z is equal to 11. Alright, last problem, find the value of x. These are parallel lines. So parallel lines are, and these are corresponding angles. So x should be 71. Corresponding angles are congruent.